Okay, guys, so we are now live on YouTube, and I'll just explain a little about the platform. So, good morning, everyone. I'm Luizzy. I'm here with Ana, Iago, Camila, and Jefferson for our English immersion here on Talk and Talk. By the way, Talk and Talk is a platform where we can practice new languages like English, Spanish, Italian, French, Mandarin, and it's great for practicing conversation. So, this is not a class. I'm not a teacher, I'm here just as another student to practice conversation. And I'm going to introduce myself a little bit. I'm Luizzy. I am 27. I live in São Paulo, capital, here with my girlfriend. I work as a strategic marketing intern, and I'm a technology student too. I love to read. I love to run. I need to run today, so I'm preparing myself mentally. And I guess that's it. That's all about me. Let's hear from Iago and his cat.
Hello everyone, my name is Iago, I'm 28. I work as an instructional designer. I have 7 cats in my house. You can see one up here, just her little face, she just moved. And I have Sebastian with me. He's a little bit big. Um, I'm married. I love to read. You can see my shelf right here, but mostly I read ebooks now in my Kindle because I think that it's a little bit easier and I can take it with me everywhere. Um, yeah, I think that's it.
I'm craving a Kindle because I hate like carrying books with me. I think it's great. Nice. Camila, your turn.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Camila. I'm living in Aracaju, Sergipe, and I'm born in Aracaju, Sergipe. So I am 32 years old. I work here as a product design, actually. Um, my hobbies in the weekends it's watching TV and TVs because in the whole week I don't have time for this. I like to walk. I guess it's a good exercise sometimes because it's helpful. It's helpful for I think and something hard. It's a good way to do that. And I like swim. It's my favorite sport. And I like to go to the cinema too. Today I go to watch Wicked finally. So I'm very excited for this.
Are you going like today?
Yes, today.
Nice. I'm very excited to watch it too. Okay, Jefferson.
Good morning, guys. I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás. I'm economist. As economist, I can give my age away. I'm professor of Catholic University of Goiás. I have 3 dogs, 2 birds, a lot of plants. I love to talk with all of them. I love to play soccer. I used to play soccer every weekend to play canastra, to listen good music, and to be here with you. Thank you for having me.
Nice, a soccer player. And finally, Ana Clara, please.
Hey guys, I'm Ana Clara. I'm from Araruama, Rio de Janeiro, and I still live here. I'm a civil engineer, and nowadays I work in the technology area. I am a customer experience manager in a company about technology, softwares to construction industry. On my free time, I like swimming as Camila. It's been my favorite sport nowadays, almost equal surfing that I like as well. But in general, on my free time, I am playing some sport or making some exercise because makes me happier and better, my healthy. And thank you for. I'm very happy to be here because Saturdays I always go into the beach because here is almost every weekend sunny, but today is raining a lot, so I'm at home.
Great way to live. I love swimming too, but here in São Paulo it's so expensive. So I don't have the opportunity. It's very, very expensive. So guys, we are here in 5 people, and I would like to ask you if you prefer that I split the rooms, like in 2 rooms, 3 here in the main room and 2 on the other room, or if you guys prefer to all of us stay here in the main room. Because in 5 people we have like less opportunity to speak. And do you guys have an opinion or preference?
For me, I think we can stay in one room.
Okay.
Yes.
What about you, Jefferson? Do you prefer to stay here, to split the
It's
room?
okay. No,
Nice.
no
Nice. So,
worries.
okay. Very nice. So I'll start reading the second question. Have you ever had to choose between prioritizing work or personal life? How did you approach that choice? I chose this topic, by the way, because I happen to work in a 6 by 1 work week work schedule, and I transition like I passed through a transition career, and now I have like a great job where I don't need to work like in this work scale. So my answer is like yes. I once had to prioritize between having between being focused on my job and just work in general, then have a more personal life. I used to work in a museum where we have like 1 day rest on week and 1 Sunday per month, and it was terrible for me. Even though I loved my job, I loved my friends, and I love working in a museum. It was like great for me, but I was like always tired. I was not like seeing my family on the weekends because I were always working on the weekends. And yes, that was my experience, and I would like to hear from you guys. Camila.
I passed something like similar to you. So my last work was the same way. I work in the weekend, I work in the holidays. So after I left this job, I appreciate so much the moment I have holidays. So this last week was amazing because now I have all the holidays. So I guess now I prioritize my personal life. And this year starts not working the weekend because sometimes I work in the weekend for by my own in this case because my work it's 5 to. But now I stopped that, and my favorite day in the weekend, it's Saturday today, because I guess it's best day in the weekend. But when I work in the last job, it's the sad day because I go to the work. So and sometimes in the bus station, I saw people go to the beach and I work. Okay. So it's sad
Yeah,
to work six per run.
yeah,
I
it's
guess
very
that's
sad.
it.
I had this experience too. And you, Jefferson, as an economist, how is your opinion?
I think it
What are
depends
the
on
experience?
priorities and the context. In my case, I can separate about my family moments, my routine work tasks. I do this every day. Sometimes I work too much, sometimes less. It depends of the moment. As a professional, sometimes For example, now at the end of the semester, I have so many things to do. It's so stressful. It's not so easy. But I try to do this. And how did you approach? I think with clear communication, it's very important. You open your mind, have a clear communication about your work, talk your family, to have patience about your work, take care. Sometimes not so easy, but I used to say this all the time. It's very important to have compromise with everything that you do. And I try to do my best with my work and my personal life. So finish the answer. I think it's very important. You setting boundaries and manage it, your expectations about both sphere. That means between work and personal life. That's it.
Perfect. Perfect. Nice. And you, Iago?
I think that I think that I never needed to do that. I never worked in 6 per 1 scale. I used to work on that when I worked with my parents. They are entrepreneurs and they have 2 stores, but I only worked how can I have time? Just half of the day. So even though I worked 6 days in a week, I never considered that 6 per 1 scale because I still had half of the day to do other things, to study and do other things. But now I think that I try to separate things better because I had this work that it was not 6 per 1, but it takes too much time for me because I was always thinking about the things that I needed to do. I wasn't able. I had a feeling that even on the weekends, I was only thinking at work and the things that I needed to do. And then on Saturdays morning, I used to do something. Um, but mm, I, I I don't think so exactly. But for me, weekends, I try to study something because since last year, I started to study about UX design. And then last year, I took a lot of time on the weekends to do that. So I had a feeling again that I wasn't resting because I was working and studying and doing something all the time. And now I try to take time to rest and not feel guilty about it because I think that I don't know. I think that I have this thing that I always need to do something to feel productive. And I think that's something that it comes to capitalism, basically. I think that if we have that feeling that if I'm not doing something that is work or study related, I'm useless. And I'm trying to let go of this feeling now.
I do know because I have the same feeling as you. I'm here with you guys, of course, but I am like inside of my mind, like deep. I am thinking about my work and what I need to do in like Monday and what could I do today on a Saturday to be like better on Monday. So yes, I have the same feeling as you. And you, Anna.
Yes, on 2022, exactly, I made a decision to try to find a work that provides me the balance between work and my personal life. So I was like in the internship, and I saw that if I continued at that work, I could not, maybe, I don't know, I had to prioritize my work than my personal life. So I started to look for a work from home, and on my field is difficult because I'm a civil engineer, and almost every civil engineer work with projects and need to go to the company or in the buildings, the construction. So at that time it was difficult for me, but I search and I find the technology area, and I started a new internship, and I'm there until now. So I have this in mind because, as I said, I love sports. I love going to the beach. If I had to decide to continue in that field, I had to go to another city, and maybe the city couldn't have a beach that I could go like. So I have had to decide this to prioritize my personal life than the work. So nowadays I can balance. I work, as Iago said, 5 and 2 days to rest, and on my weekends I can do whatever I want, and I can spend time with my family, my boyfriend who lives far from me, and study a little bit, but I try to do everything on the week so I can just rest on the weekends. And yeah, I think it is this. When I was a teenager, like in the high school, I had to prioritize the studies. So I didn't have so much time with my family. It was a time to focus. So later, I had to I found a way to prioritize my personal life, and that's it. I am very happy that I can do this, and I hope continue like this.
Nice that you found that work-life balance for you. It's great. Jefferson, would you like to read and answer the next question for us? I guess it's the number 3. Yeah.
Okay, my friend. Do you think work culture today pushes more toward the mindset of life to work than work to life? That's the point. In my case, is work to life. But in your case, I think you, Ana Clara, and Camila, and so on, I think you emphasize you need to work, 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 work. Too much to live because you must to pay the bills, so many bills to pay. It's not so easy. You living in a competitive field, as Luis told, especially today. Today is the day to rest, to take care, to walk, and so on. So you need to work. It's not so easy. But in my case, in the past, the answer may be yes, but today, no. For example, in the past at the weekends, I used to work too much with quizzes, tests, and so on from my students, writing papers and so on. Now I just have the Saturday, the weekend to rest. No more, no more. Because I emphasize a mental health, and I have this flexibility. I think to work more with health, no stress. But I'm very worried about my students, like you. younger generations, and they used to say all the time with progressive companies advocated for more work results and so on.
Yes, totally. I live in this a little. And you, Camila, how is your opinion about this?
I guess in my beginnings of career, I guess it was work. But now I take not a break, but I think about it. The worst of this choose for my life, because now I need to take it easy because my health need to take care. So I need more take care with my re-education food, I guess, food and education. I start these years because I have a little bit problem about my stomach, because I eat very fast in my last job. And because that I have a problem with my stomach now. So I guess I pass about 10 years in my life work. It's about the time of I start work. And I guess now I understand I never go to reach in my life. So I guess I need to stay healthy for continue to work. So I guess in my case, I need to balance these things in my life, because it's not all the work in my life now, and I need to take care, because if I focus all work in my life, I don't have life. So I go to that. It's true. I don't have take care with my body, my mental health. So now I try to balance these things, because it's difficult, because in technology, I work with technology. So I need to study all the time, changes all the time in my career, in my in my in career in technology, because all weekends have another change about So I guess that's it. And now I understand. Okay, Camila, take it easy. You don't never go to reach. You need to live and take a good life for this. So now I understand now this, and I understand this money. It's not all I focus in my life. So it's difficult. I need to take a little bit scary about my stomach for understand. I need to break down and and think about my next steps in my career. So I guess that's it.
I'm just like you, actually. Like we have the same approach and point of views. I guess I need to found that balance that Ana Clara was saying about the work-life balance. And now I am experience like work to live mindset, where you see your work like not everything in your personality, in your whole life, in your whole day, just part of my day. Of course, I'm very dedicated. I love my job. I love what I do. I love studying technology. I love working with marketing, but it's not like everything for me. So I need to switch. Uh, I need to switch and can so I can rest, so I can disconnect from the that responsibilities and my projects and everything. And I think that is work to live mindset, because we work so we are able to live, so we can provide for our family, people we love, for ourselves, and take care of ourselves. So that's my point of view. But I had the other experience where I live just to work, and I think it happens nowadays. It depends on the sector, like manufacturing jobs, where people need to work like hours, many hours a day, much hours than us. Like I work 6 hours per day, so it's like it's it's great for me. But I know that is not the reality of everyone. So of course we have the live just to work mindset in our culture too. So yeah, Iago, how has it been for you?
I think that about specifically the question, I think that the work culture in Brazil is more to live to work, I think. I think that a lot of people still thinks that your work is everything, that your work needs to be your whole personality. Um, but I always try to think that I need to work to live. As Camila said, I try to think that money is not everything. Of course, it's important, so we can have a comfortable life. And I think a lot about comfort because I like comfortable things. You know, you need to have a good bed. You have to need a comfortable house, the things that you like in your house. Um, but in the same time, I'm very money driven, I would say, not in a materialistic way, because I don't consider myself a materialistic person, but I always think that what I do needs to be compatible with my earnings, you know. And I think that now in some industries, people only get a salary that is very low to, and they are asked to do a lot, and I don't think that is fair. For example, people working 6 per 1 scale and they only have one salary. That's nothing in Brazil nowadays, you know. You don't do nothing with the payment to work that much. Um, and now I try to think more on that way, that I need to work so I can have a comfortable life, the things that I need to do, what I want to do, traveling. We like traveling a lot, and that's something that we only started to do in the last 2 years, I think, because in uh, I live with my husband for 8 years, I think now. And for a long time, we only use our money to do the things in our house, you know, to finish our house and to buy the things for our house. I think that we only finished our house in 2022, maybe, you know. So it took a long time to do things. And that's a process. And we only started to travel now, for example, and to have the comfort that we always wanted to have. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that I am going in another way in my answer now, but I think that's it.
I think it was perfect. You said everything. I totally agree with you. Yeah. And Ana Clara, your turn.
Okay. Yes, I think in general, I agree with what people said here, and our culture is to live to work. Um, and we need to try to change the mindset, because if we work a lot, we will not be healthy to continue working and paying the bills and live the life that we want, like Thiago said, to travel, to have a comfortable life. So if we just live to work, we will just live to work. We will not do nothing, and maybe we um, will not be able to continue working and depending of INSS. I don't know if the person is CLT or if the person is not. How this person will receive money if she is sick. So I think it's some pieces that uh, deep pieces that we need to stop and think about. And when I think, in my opinion, that the thing that I do on my life is trying to change this mindset day by day. I see some colleagues working during the week, and then it's not necessary. If you organize your things in the week, you can take a time in your weekend to think about yourself. So yeah, I think it's this.
Nice. Anna, actually, could you jump to the next question? Because I think it's related from what you were saying. I think it's a
Okay.
great one.
Number 4, in what ways do you think a 6-per-1 work schedule shapes a person's quality of life and sense of fulfillment outside of work? Yes, I will give an example. My father, he's almost retiring, but he worked in a 6-per-1 schedule all the life, and I see that he don't have time for him and for enjoy other things. So I would you like to on the weekends, for example, to invite him to go to the beach and to do the things that I know that he likes, but it's almost impossible because in this one day that he had to rest, he just want to sit on the sofa and watch TV and sleep. So I think it's like this. I don't live this reality. Like I had the opportunity to build and find this balance, but I see people who live this who don't have quality of life and maybe don't feel satisfied for the job, don't like the job, and don't have time to study and move from the job. So I think, as I said, it's a lot of pieces, camadas. I don't know how can I say camadas, but maybe piece. If you know, you can say for me.
Maybe
But
layers. Maybe.
layers.
Yeah.
Yes, layers. Yes, a lot of thank you, Iago and Luis. A lot of layers that we need to think, but in general, the quality of life is staying the second plan
Yeah.
in this schedule.
Yeah, I have like same experience as your dad because when I was working in a museum in a 6-per-1 work schedule, I was not like able to leave the things that I love doing it outside my job and college. Like I love visiting museums and art exhibitions, and I was unable to because I was like always working inside one, and at the same time I was not like experience anything about it. I was just like working in a mechanical way, and I was studying too. I was at university at the time, and I hadn't the time to experience the things I love doing because I study art and studying too. Like I didn't have the time to balance this, so I was like always sad, always depressed because it was my reality. I had to work to be able to continue paying rent and bills, but it was like estava me sugando, assim. I was feeling like I was just working in a mechanical way. Jefferson, your turn. It's the question number 3.
Number 4, no?
4, sorry. Yes.
Okay. I think this is the big question of the world today. We working less days and having more day off in the world. In Brazil, we have this big discussion. Most of the people work 39 hours by day in Brazil, but the schedule is 6-4-1. That means 44 hours by week, but that's not our reality. In the other countries, we see 36 hours, 34, 33. I think it depends where you live. But in the case of Brazil, especially with the poor guys, not the middle class and rich men, they limit personal time for hobbies, as you told, to this theater and so on, and to talk with family, especially, for example, go to a kid to talk with the teacher at school. It's almost impossible. And have time to rest. You need to rest. You think about the future, about your mental health, about your well-being. And in this case, what I see, again, especially the poor guys, they diminish overall well-being and long-term satisfactions, and they can manage properly your life because you need just to work, 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 work. And we change a lot. Today with hybrid, it's so different about these questions, 6-4-1. I think it's changed a lot. And I hope by the draws or the laws of Brazil change for a better way, especially for poor guys.
Yes, I hope too. Camila, your turn, please.
Okay. I guess when I told you in the beginning of this conversation, I guess it's no life to have this schedule in your life, in this life, because I guess in the Sunday, sometimes in the another jobs, it's no Sunday. It's a aleatory day in the weekend. So I guess it's difficult to understand. It's a moment to rest. In my case, I have this Sunday when I work in this modality. It's correct, I guess. This modality of work, I have the Sunday for prepare my lunch for all weekend. So I lost about 4 hours to do that. And I don't have time for do this anything in my life because I have very tired and sad with the Mondays. So the Monday was the best day in my life when I work in this schedule, because I guess it's difficult. You have motivation to start your next week. So I guess that's it. I guess it's no life. It's living to work in literalmente. Literalmente, I don't know what
Yes.
to say that.
Oh, that's great. So what do you do when you work sun to sun and you have like a rest day on a Wednesday? But what can you do? What is open? What hobbies can you practice like on a weekday? Yes, great point. Iago.
Yeah, I agree because I think that people who work on the scale, they don't have any quality of life. Camila said that she had a stomach problem because of work, and I think that a lot of disease that we have may happen because of how we deal in our work, how many days we work, how many hours per day. Um, and yeah, I think that you can have enough quality of life when you work a lot because you only dedicated to do that. And maybe you're not able to be that dedicated at work because you're always tired. I never had this experience because I never lived in a big city. But if you live in a big city, I had some friends in the early adult years, in 20s, early 20s, that they needed to work in this scale and they needed to go to the college and take care of the house that they were living, and they didn't have time to do anything because you spend a lot of time on traffic. Yeah, I think that's it. You spend a lot of time to go to work, you spend a lot of time to go to the college, you spend a lot of time to go to the house, then you go sleep, and it's late at night and you need to wake up very early. So you don't have any balance in your life. You don't have enough sleeping hours, you don't have time to exercise, you don't have time to do anything. And yeah, I really hope that the discussion that we are having in Brazil now, we can be able to change things because we need to have a better work-life balance. The proposal is to be 4 per 3, but I think that probably will be a commitment between 5 and 2, and I think that's okay. It would be great if it was 5 per 3. But I think that 5 per 2, it's okay if you have 2 days to do your things. It's okay. I was hearing a podcast and they were saying that you need the weekends to rest, and in a thinking in a fair way, you need it 1 day in a week to do things that, like, go to the doctor, uh things like that, go to the city hall, things that you only solves on a weekday. But let's see what's happening.
I guess I wrote a question about 4 per 3. Yes, it's the number 9. About 4 per 3 schedule. Yes. By the way, Iago, would you like to jump to the next question? Number, sorry, 5.
What roles should companies play in supporting work-life balance? I think that prepare people to be better managers, I think, because when you have a manager that everything is always urgent, that you need to do everything really fast. I don't think that it's a good behavior because I think that it's a lack of organization of the person, of the team. So I think that managers be better prepared to be on that role, because we know that a lot of people that are in this position, they are not that prepared to deal with other people and to guide the things that a team needs to do. So I think that it needs to start there. And if you have I forgot to say incentivo, but if you have some things like that to, like, uh, to do cultural things, have, like, I don't know. I think in the past we used to have a card that it was to something like that, to theaters, things like that. But yeah, I think that it can start with the managers training people to be better managers, because I always think that if you are not dealing with other people's lives like a doctor, nothing needs to be that urgent. No one will die if I don't deliver that today. Of course, we need to have that compromise to our work, but nothing needs to be that urgent. If you're not a life savior, that's okay.
Yes, and a leader need to have this vision to delegate and okay, we need to entregar, we need to make it, but of course we need to balance. Yes, I agree with you, and I think the vision, the approach need to come from the company itself, because the manager is another worker too. He works like for the company. So guys, I work in a great company. Yes, we have like all the benefits. That's great at the basics, of course, but that's great. We have like short Fridays. We have a club where with like pools and gym and hairdressers and coffees. I think it's great for a work-life balance, because we have like a rest day. We have like we know how to manage that workload, and all the leaders are so humans. And I think it's great. I would hope that all the companies do this for the workers, because speaking for myself, I'm more productive. I am more happy on doing my daily tasks. I love what I do because I feel like how can I say in English? I feel seen. I feel that I am important. So yes. And Jefferson, with all your experience, what is your opinion?
But today, what do we can see companies implemented policies such as flexible working hours. This is my case. I have two daughters, live in the other country, and she used to say all the time about this flexible working hours, like remote work options, and as you told, mental support. In the United States, for example, you have sick day, you can communicate it. You want to say, I can't work today, and you have a day sick. Okay. You can go to walk, to do what you want. No matter. You just used to say, I have a day sick. It's okay. You can go, no problem. Today, I want to work today. I have stress, I have a lot of problems. Okay. This is a kind of mental health supported that very interesting. And I see, especially where I work, the university encourage us to take regular breaks about this and that. Sometimes we have a lot of colleagues, and the university offering vacation days about this and that and so on. And this is very good because this creates a culture that values personal time are essential to have a well-being and so on. And that's good because the organization can prioritize balance. Balance often see higher employee morale, loyalty, productivity, and so on. That means that we try to work better.
Yeah, it's great vision. Ana Clara, your turn.
I think it's amazing for the companies if the company give a reward or to let me see, to its number. I support. I was trying to search the verb.
Number five.
Yeah.
I lost
If
it.
the company support the employees, it's good for the company because the employees will be more happy and they are part of this, or have more energy. So I think it's, if the company thinks about the employee, have a lot of things to grow more. So I I share the same feeling of you, Luis, because I work in a company who provides me a lot of things and it's flexible. So I see some friends or some people of my family saying that the boss don't allow to go to the doctor or to go to the doctor with the son or the daughter. Oh my God, it's like where we are living, it's necessary to go to a doctor. No one is want to be sick. So to be more flexible, I think it's one rule that companies should play to support this working balance. To give some bonus, not in money, but maybe a gift card, I don't know, a nice food card, like simple things that will not earn so much to the company, but the employees will be more happier and more productive. So in consequence.
I would love an iFood card.
Yes, I love when I receive it.
Great idea. We need you as a CEO. Camila, your turn.
I agree with you guys, because when I received my first food card, I can imagine, whoa, have a great benefit. So because I worked before in two companies, and these two companies I don't have any benefit. I guess the employee think this benefit salary. It's the unique things I have in this company. But when I moved for technology fully remotely, the first months I received my food card, and I guess it's the same sensation of my first salary, because whoa, benefit! I love benefit. So I guess that this small happiness we have in the change of companies, I guess it's important. And I guess was very important how Luis said about you have more motivated to work, because you have a better salary, you have some benefit. And I guess in my case, about when I changed for remotely, I have more opportunity to out management my time. So I could take my lunch time, go to the shopping, go to anywhere I need to solve something. So I guess this is the very important for we told about quality of life. So I guess the remotely show for me this is possible to have a balance to work and life in the to continue productive. So I guess I don't I guess I answered. No. I yes,
You
yes,
you
work-life
did, of
balance.
course.
Yes.
Great, great. Guys, our time is almost over and I need to leave the room for the next host. But I would like to stay with you guys for us to chat a little, but we need to leave now. And guys, thank you for this conversation. I loved having you here. Nice to meet you, Ana Clara, by the way. Welcome back. And thank you guys for this conversation. It was great, great. I learned lots of vocabulary with you. And yes, have a great weekend. Sorry, we are running like almost late, but thank you guys.
Thank you. See
Thank
ya.
you.